What is up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 41 today of the My Player Career Mode. As I'm kicking out this episode off, you can see the league table as promised in full. And as it currently stood, Real Madrid were on 11 games, 8 wins, 1 draw, 2 defeats, and were 1 point behind Athletic Bilbao. Madrid in third, but surprisingly enough, Barca down in 7th. 4 wins, 4 draws, and 3 defeats so far to the season from them leaves them 9 points behind Real Madrid currently, and even more importantly, 10 points behind Bilbao. So all to do in this episode for them. Luckily for you all, we do have the first El Clasico of the series to come next episode for you all. It's not going to be in today's, but it is going to be in the next one. If that is tomorrow, then it'll be them, but I don't know exactly when it will be, guys. I think it'll be tomorrow, and if not, definitely on Sunday for you all. So hopefully you're excited as I am for that one, seeing if Ben can make the difference in an El Clasico. But until then, we've got 3 games to watch in this episode, and it should be a good one. It's jam-packed with goals, and we also have some absolute screamers in there as well. Let me just say that for sure. So game 1, coming at home against Espanyol. And this one should be quite tough, you know. Real Madrid, this so far, I've enjoyed a pretty decent start, I would say. 8 wins, only 2 defeats and a single draw. Only been behind because of the fact that Bilbao have drawn 1 rather than lost the one that we did. So, I mean, it's still kind of early days yet. You can't really say too much. But Espanyol actually had the first chance of this game. And luckily for Real Madrid and Ben, the keeper, Navas, was on hand to make the save, because that could have been pretty bad if they'd have gone 1-0 down inside the first 11 minutes of the game. And as I said, luckily, the goalkeeper matched it with a save. It shouldn't have been too difficult. I mean, the shot wasn't great, but ultimately he did the job he needed to do. And then 42 minutes in, Ben on the ball here, you can see he picks it up, drives into the area, whips across in, and says to Aguero, "Get your head on it, son." And he does that as well. So a similar assist, actually, to that of the one for Ramos in yesterday's episode. I bet you're glad I didn't say Ramos there. But yeah, similar one to that one. I said that Ben sometimes likes to go short on these corners, and when he gets it in these situations, normally the final ball's a little bit off, but luckily the last few that he's done have been pretty good so far. Again, another decent cross, and to be honest, I have to admit, it was right on Sergio Aguero's head, but the defender at the back post really did shocking. I mean, he didn't even get anywhere near the ball, and that's probably why Aguero has given Real Madrid the lead here inside the first half. So, out of the first half and into the second now, 51 minutes into the game, Ben on the ball in the middle of the park here. Lovely turn away with a stop and turn, and the space opened up for him to decide to shoot it, and look at that, guys. Ever so close regarding the post, and it would have been Madrid 2, Espanyol 0, and Ben would have been on the score sheet with a screamer, guys. As he's doing his defensive work as well with 12 minutes to go. This time, he steals it back and just drives straight through. It's a 3-on-2 situation. Major credit to him because he keeps his composure, plays it straight through the gap, and gives Aguero yet another goal. A simple tap in this time, but that is 2 assists and 2 goals now for Aguero and Ben, of course. Ben with the assist, Aguero with the finishes. Now, again, composure, just brilliance. Absolute brilliance. He gets the ball, stops it dead, and at that point, he could panic with what he wants to do, but he says, no, I'm just going to lay this straight through the gap. Aguero, you do the rest, son, and that's what he does. So, Madrid, it's been a good day so far for them. They're 2-0 up. Arguably could have been 3-0 up if Ben had scored that screamer. But ultimately, they're going to get 3 points from the game with only 10 minutes remaining. So, again, another solid performance, and that's what they need, Madrid. They need to keep putting in these shifts and keep putting in these performances in order to get the points on the board. And 81 minutes in, Ben thought he might have had another opportunity to score. This time it is the crossbar that denies him as he chips the goalkeeper but can't find the back of the net. So he's at the post and he's at the crossbar, and ultimately he probably should have been on the score sheet, but sadly wasn't to be. In the end, Madrid, though, will win the game by 2-0 and will come away with the 3 points on offer today. Another good result for Zidane, another great performance from Ben, and he's just looking better with every game that goes on, isn't he? He looks sensational already, but every time he plays, he just does something that makes you think, wow, this kid is special, and that is the case as well. So I'm pretty sure if Real Madrid keep him and he stays at Real Madrid and for the rest of his career or whatever, if he chooses to do that, that they won't be too worried if Ronaldo does retire, because they have an extra special talent here in Ben as well. So, I mean, Yeah, it's like replacing one with another one as well. So not too bad. They've even got Rashford as well. Some great young talent here at Real Madrid. Let's just say that. As they're moving into the next game, guys, it is against Mönchengladbach in the Champions League. After the last episode, they did pick up, of course, the victory at Celtic, which meant that they were 9 points in the division, or in the group stage, sorry. The next team were actually Milan on 5. So 4 points clear Real Madrid. They do take on Mönchengladbach here. You can see, depending on results against Milan and Celtic, if, of course, Milan win, they'll go on to 8 points. And then, depending on results here with Real Madrid, and depending on results elsewhere, they could be out of the group stage at the end of this game here, Real Madrid. So if they win, they've taken that step closer, and I think it's safe to say that they will be through the group anyway, and pretty much can't be caught. So that should be a very, very nice thing indeed. In fact, having said that, if Madrid win, that puts them on 12 points, and a draw at Celtic between Milan and Celtic will send Real Madrid through as winners. So please, if you could do the business for us, that'd be great. Do us a solid. As Ben on the ball, 56 minutes in, and the first chance presented itself. It's a great little touch, gets it round and gets it back again. Nice 1-2. Finds its way to Benzema. Benzema through to the teammate there, and you can see he takes a shot on, but Ben is stood at that back post, and he doesn't call for it. He's in acres of space. Maybe if he'd have called for it, the pass would have come across, and it would have been a free tap-in for him. He doesn't do, and then from the corner, header came in, but it was a simple save for the Mönchengladbach goalkeeper, and that was the end of the game, guys. So a disappointing performance from Real Madrid, as there is time for one more opportunity, but nothing comes of this one. I mean, Benzema gets in behind, finds Ben eventually after it comes off of that teammate there. The strike is weak from Ben, but again, disappointing. I mean, there was that opportunity where number 20 on this right-hand side, I think it might be Marco Asensio actually, had the chance to possibly square it to Ben and instead chose to shoot. But to be fair to him, Ben didn't really shout for the ball at the back post. He never really kind of, gave him a shout saying, I'm available. He didn't tell him. So I can kind of see why he shot in the end of that one. But you do have to look at it and say, maybe if he'd have squared it, that would have been a free win. As Milan do beat Celtic, which now puts the group like this. So Real Madrid on 10. Milan are on 8. Celtic on 4. Of course, they'll be bottom of the league. And Mönchengladbach will be on 5. So, which means Real Madrid can now not be caught. So they are out of the group no matter what. But it's now deciding between them and Milan who go through as group winners. Remember, guys, as well, the 6th game of the group stage is between Milan and Real Madrid. So it's up to those two teams to decide who's going to go through as group winners and who's going to go through as the second place team. And we will see that within the next episode for you all. It's going to be a jam-packed episode, that. It's going to be Barca. They're going to have the game against Milan to see if they can go through the Champions League. It's going to be pretty good. I'm looking forward to it as well. I might do it live for you all. What do you guys think? Should I do the El Clasico live in the next episode, or do you prefer the post-com? Let me know down in the comments below. I appreciate the support as always, guys. Moving into the final game of today's episode, though, in a shorter episode, which I apologize for, but only 3 games rather than the usual 4 today. And this one is an absolute cracker, guys. Let me tell you that for sure. Ben partnering Toni Kroos in the midfield alongside Llorente. And again, it's just so good to see Real Madrid being able to swap out players and have just sheer quality coming back in the side. And 40 minutes in, take a look at this from Ben. Look at this. Does the midfielder, sorry, with ease, and then just releases an absolute corker of a shot right in to the corner of the goal, and it's Real Madrid 1, Leganes 0. The only thing that I went mental about, it wasn't even the finish, it was this. Look how much this midfielder just gets dealt with. He stops the ball dead, Ben, before taking him on, taking it round him, and then I saw this little cinematic from the game. Actually, I wasn't kind of sure what this was at first. I was like, wait, offside, what? And then I realised it was showing you the goal. But truly, what a goal that is! He is just showing his class in this episode and the past episodes as well. Ben is just sheer quality again. Takes it around the midfielder and just releases that, and it was just an unbelievable finish. It's not his best goal in my opinion. I still think that's the goal that he scored for Spurs against Arsenal in that cup game, but that is certainly up there as well. But then a mistake by Van Dijk allowed Leganes in, and again, possibly should be squaring that one across. Instead, he chose to take the strike on, and a decent stop from Navas there to deny them an equaliser. Maybe if he'd have squared it, that was back at all evens, basically. But then again, Ben, with 5 minutes to play, lays the ball out wide, gets it back, turns the midfielder again. I don't know if it was the same guy, actually, before releasing the Kraken into the top corner. I just had no words. I was like, what? He's done the first one, which he did have to take him on with a little bit of skill before unleashing an unbelievable shot, and that, he just basically bettered his first shot. Just another sensational strike from Ben again. This one I preferred because of the fact you'll see the way the ball moves in a moment from a different angle, guys. Honestly, what a tremendous effort from Ben. That is sheer quality at its finest. And it was a 2-0 win, 3 points for Madrid. Truly, 2 brilliant goals from Ben, and that's certainly going to make it in probably the top 10 goals of the series when we do it later on. But just take another look at this one first, guys. Look at that. He just does the midfielder and says, thank you very much. I'm going to hit this now. And he slots home. But that, for me, is very good. But this one is even better. You're about to see. Just take a look. When he hits this, the way the ball moves is sensational on the second one. Honestly, that's probably the 2 best goals he scored in a single game. I mean, the one against Milan, obviously, last episode was pretty good. Or the episode before that, I think it was. But that one is up there with the best strikes I've seen in this series so far. I mean, again, this angle now, you'll see. Look at the way that moves in the air. Right in the top corner. Rifle. No keeper's getting anywhere near that. Jeez, man. What a strike. So, for Ben, 2 goals in the game as well. Another match-winning performance for Real Madrid. And truly sensational. Truly brilliant from the young man. So, again, showing why he's worth every single penny that Real Madrid paid for him. But other than that, that's how the episode is going to end today. Luckily, I think we actually will be playing that game against Barca next episode. I think Athletic Bilbao have got a couple of tough games to come. So even though they matched result for result against Real Madrid, they do stay top by a point. They even beat Atletico Madrid just there, 2-1. I think even if, points are dropped next episode against Barca, maybe there's still a possibility that Bilbao will drop some as well, so who knows. But I mean, given the form, you'd like to think Real Madrid are more kind of favourites to win that one, as Ben picks up his 2nd Player of the Month award here at Real Madrid. Picked one up a few episodes ago, and now he gets another one for himself, that one for the month of November. As we had to sim that game in the Cup, as you know, we won the first leg 5-1 after I simmed it. I forgot there were 2 legs in the Copa de España, so I simmed that one. They lost 2-0, but of course still go through due to the aggregate lead that they have. So other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy it, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. As always, thank you for your continued support on the channel. Really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, click the little bell underneath there or next to the subscribe button to never miss an upload, guys. You'll be notified whenever a video goes live, usually at 4 p.m. every day for you all. So I will see you all again in the next episode for the first El Clasico of the series, guys. Catch you all for that very, very soon. Adios!